And yup, she's seen Jesus again, scratching my head, not sure what to do, and I'm gonna do another replay reviews for Maxshreck. Let's see how much we improve, and so on and so forth. Blah blah blah. One thing being Maokai, actually Maokai you can stack up your sapling. Maybe you can use sapling to ward out around here, these areas. Maybe you can stack up around sapling so they can do faster. Yeah, so they can jungle move fast. At this pass, I'm not sure, but I think it's bug because Derek stay too long. It's not caused by you. It's okay to fail smite or something, but if I were you, since you're using a smite go, I will straight away smite on it. If you choose smite earlier, like first seed smite, you could basically get red before get golem. I think, I'm not sure, but it's still okay, no worry. You mentioned that you bought ward, 2 ward at this point. I think 1 ward is more than enough. I think you might prefer health pots. If you gank, you just straight away pop out your health pot, you might increase survivability, and you can gank, you can actually dive deeper a little bit more, and doesn't need to worry much because every health point counts. I wouldn't say ward is not a while, but I prefer health point over ward at this point, at this timing. If you go for early wards, then spread out your wards for counter gank. It depends. It's all on personal opinion. At this point of stage, top is actually pretty push. You might actually, after you ward this area, you can straight away go up. As you can see, top is already better. They are both are low. If you go in straight, Garen will die first. You see how Rengar actually took advantage of it. They took advantage earlier, so that you can try to gank, but somehow the lane is pushed towards. It's unlucky for Rengar for this time. At this point, you ask whether you did ping too soon or not. It's not a worry actually. It's not your fault. It's actually Riven's fault for him to initiate too early. It's not being as solo at half. I think you fail here pretty because of you didn't set should we go for what is it called? Damn. Twisted advance, yeah. You didn't show twisted advance. Actually, you are out of mana. I don't think this game will actually works. You can probably do some presence and do some damage over mouse, so that your Seraph can help lane better. Ganking doesn't really mean have to be killed. You don't really need to kill. You can actually deal damage towards the opponent, so that your lane is more safer. You can play more aggressive. And meanwhile, it seems that they are trying to gank you. I don't think they actually can kill you so easily. Maokai is actually pretty buffy, and mouse actually have low mana count, quite low. So wow, Carolyn is pretty interesting. Well, if you go for early Philosopher's Stone, I suggest you do not go for early Ruby Crystal. If you want to finish up, if you bought Ruby Crystal first, straight away get Heart of Gold. You are wasting your GP10. GP10 must be complete as early as possible for maximum benefit. Good job on capitalizing, Dragon. You might need to smite properly next time. Try to count, click on Dragon, and then you can see his HP count left, and then you look at your smite damage, which is around here, like 570. As long as once you saw your Dragon reach 570, you can still click, but at the same time try not over tunnel towards the HP count. Though pros is kind of like you kind of like know when to smite, but it still depends on how pro smiter is very good in smiting. That doesn't really look at the health point, that only see in health bar. Then we know when to smite all the stuff. good job on getting CS on Garen. It's nothing much, it's not your fault, it's basically Riven's fault, but it's your job to capitalize what left over, you know, to help your lane so that it's on par. Yeah. For this part, I don't really think you should push up the lane as most of the time, but I don't mind if you are jungler, you just last hit. Basically last hitting doesn't really push the lane, but at the same time you gain CS and gains experience. If you didn't use your spell out last hit, when you try to gank me later, you actually have enough mana. Try to use normal hit to last hit, or maybe just give if you want to. Like I said before, it's okay to give some jungle presence. It is okay that you don't really doesn't have manas, all this. As long as it deals damage, you lower up the mid HP so that it same around with your, so safer for them, so it doesn't feel so suppressed. And somehow take too long to think that whether you should go back or not. In here, you walk up the whole straight line and come back, and you walk around here. Maybe I will reach here, then I'll go back. Maybe I reach this point, I straight away and press record if I want to record. And then boot of mobility, is it in the build that you should get boot of mobility? If you want to go for boot of sweetness, not mobility. Yeah, boot of mobility is a better item. I'm sorry about that. But alternately, I will sometimes go for Oracle instead of boot of mobility. Oracle actually increase make your opponent lane to be more how to say, they will feel less safe and whatsoever. Seems good, but it doesn't seem that you use your ultimate, or is it cooldown? Oh yeah, you did. I'm not sure about that. Let's look back. Okay. Well, it's my bad there. He did use your ultimate. It's cool. Nothing wrong really. It's not I think you said try to repeat menu by improvement. I'm way too cocky. Normally normal player will actually go for mouse as well, because unless your eye is fast enough, your hand is fast enough, you actually run. If you see your Seraph actually have no more mana left. If your Seraph has mana, still got mana left, I would say mouse will die too. Probably some mistake you did is around when you're jungling. Actually didn't look around the lane. Maybe before when you're at base, before you start out, move out from your base, try to look at lane as well. I didn't mention that in the previous replay, but yeah, try to do that as well. Yeah, it helps a lot to decide which lane to go on. Might actually help Seraph get blue. Yeah, wow. Well, my bad there. Nothing much I could say. You guys probably can dive in here. Rain guys helping with that blue. Good job on capitalizing the kills again. Once you capitalize, you can straight away go for dragons, secure objective, to push how far to ahead. But somehow they did a very bad job there. I'm not sure why they come in so randomly. At this point, if you see, you get the dragons, you secure Q1 dragons. How far it leads you manage to bring up the teams, 18k to 5,000 gold difference right now. So do you think you guys are behind? Except for top, maybe Riven's are behind against Garen. You might need to help him. Looking at the items, oh, no damage. You might need to go for top for land presence. only. You can't kill because Riven doesn't have items. Only have tanky items but not damage items. Good job. You mentioned for too late, even if it's a bit too much. I don't think that's a risk. That was very well done. You're actually kind of fat. Yeah, but don't push your Riven lane. Only last hit. Save up your manas. For some reasons, your Maokai jungling use up mana very fast. Once you use up mana, every time I see you use up mana, don't throw around, just straight away go back and get your mana regen. Or maybe sometimes, unless you have a good mana regen, you only clears creep fast when the creeps are clear at your tower. Oh yeah, don't never try one-on-one against Mouse. Mouse is one of the strongest one-on-one team, and you only have armor. You're not getting Mercurial. If you go for Mercurial, maybe you can, because you can't. If you don't have magic resist, normally is the lane the hardest to gank is mid. You are the fastest to die is mid if you don't have Mercurial early. Like last time I played on Lee Sin. Whenever I gank mid, I would die. I'm not sure, but whenever I gank top and bot, it's fine for me. Why? Because I don't have magic resist. Twisted at once on the correct target. Correct. Cool. Clear. Good play right there. Good twisted at once. Correct. Focus. All this. You mentioned that actually a Rengar took your raid. It's okay. And then at this part you said Derek actually save your ass or something, but it's fine for me. I would say it's fine to go for this. You have Derek to help you, to support you, and I don't think actually Garage is able to shot you down. You have so much armors. No armor doesn't really, but you deal magical damage. You have enough HPs, and you have enough all your proper magic resist or something, but I don't think Garen can down you straight away. It is Garen fault for face checking, for pushing up so far. I mean not Garen, but Mouse. It's not practically it's not your fault. Maybe if Mouse got caught you might die on the process, but you have good backup. You don't really scared about that. Okay. 2240. Let's see. You might probably not to start up this so much because the good walk coverage, but you don't have mana coverage, I think. I think you should focus is on Garen right here, because Garen normally I see that Garen is the most fat among their teams that can decimate you. I would say after getting Dragon, it would be advisable to back off to regroup a bit. It's okay to push in, just that some the reason why guys lose that team fight, I would say, is around because of lack of bad positioning. Let's look at this again. It's cool though, but if some mouse straight away come in and push in, I would straight away twisted once around straight away, because yeah, it's cool. Yup, it's practically bad positioning. Seraph is actually going so near. Seraph should be stay behind. Seraph has got really range, but don't have. But it's so soft. And then Silver should, after hit few times, should back up a bit. Once Garen go near. Particularly, it's not that your fault. Yeah, it's good. The team fight start around here. Anyway, I don't see how's the favors actually against your team, being how much advantage you guys gain from the dragon. You guys secures all the dragon. No matter how far Garen's is so far, how far advantage over Riven's, as long as you cover your dragons, your he basically earn out like 15 to 18, 15 to 16 CS as well. If you got 3 dragons, you like got 3, 32, 48 CS extra, and like if you compare it, it's around the same. The only difference is number of kills. It allows your team member to catch up what they are lost. You see the team 1 gonna start right here. I think you twisted at once too early. Shouldn't commit. Not really should commit down there, because your river is quite far away. Most of the rest of the team is quite far away, and this time is since once the position your silver is protected, they get free shot while you are tanking. It's actually very good. As I said just now, like bringing your team beside Garen's, all others members actually are so far ahead. They're actually having hard time to as long as your carries are protected, as long as Garen focus on you instead of the rest of the team focus on you, because you are tank, you have frozen hearts down, you even have magic resist. It's their move wrongly, it's not your move wrong. Oh well, face checking is always bad. Nothing much to comment right here. But somehow you got enough team members. It seems to be work out well. But nothing much I would say. So what if Garen fat? You have your full team member fat. You have your silver fat. You have your Sarah fat enough. You have you and yourself is more fat than Rengar. So forth and so forth. Something like that. So I really did a bad thing. Okay, I would say when you face chat, so you did a bad thing. Of course, face chat is bad. I'm not sure which pro said, if you're in a team fight and you did not even manage to use your ultimates, you basically become worthless. So if you have something like that, what it means actually, if you didn't manage to give what you should give for this team fight, do what you should do so that your team will win this. But like ultimate is the most important skills for every champion. If your ultimate didn't do what it should do, of course it values like you don't have value, you're become worthless. It's basically for a 4v5 if you don't have your values gone. Basically like mouse, you did die straight away before you can do anything, so it has become 4v5, something like that. Just imagine if actually mouse is alive, how fast you guys team got shred off. You know, it goes to catch. Why it's so important to catch someone before team fight or to slow someone down is so that you can to decrease the value of that champion, so that before you team fight you can straight away engage more safely, more advantage to your side. I'm sorry, I'm coming back for this 25-minute. You asked that actually you did a bad thing here instead of the previous war. I would say yes. Why? Because you actually twisted at once. You engage the war when your team member is still far away. Why silvers get the kill is that because basically you're too fat. You are fed up. compared to most of your team is actually fed up compared to others of team. That's why you can. So let's say if both team are equally advantage, that will be quite an important important time not to twist the advance straight away. Look at your teammate. Being actually so far ahead, for some reason you guys actually didn't manage to push it. I mean, you guys should like just 5% push down top tower, push down straight away, like try to focus on mid. No matter how far Garens is ahead of Riven, your team is ahead of the rest of his team. It's superb, you know, like how far Survey actually wow, so far behind, and so on and so forth. Did you mean the guy here kill me so easily? Magic thinking for trading out part. I actually nothing. I would say there's no comment right here. Basically, Garen is too fed up. Somehow Riven is not played as how Riven should play. He really lack off in damage. His item is weird. It's not really your fault, I would say. Yeah. Maybe always try to look up at your teams. How well your team's member do well. If your team members doesn't do really well, try not to like trust with him. Maybe you should like wait for another team member to help you instead of the weaker team members, you know. You could always nothing much though. It seems that Riven got poked quite heavily. If in this case, I need to wait for. Yeah, it's good to wait for Caitlyn. Try to twist it advance round to the carries, but I would say I would ask Riven to back off right now to heal. If I were you, because Riven actually very low in health right now, and he doesn't really do well. So yeah. Is it set off deceit? I'm not sure what happened. Seems set off is gone for some time. When are going? Good job chasing back off. I would say if at this point I wouldn't engage until Seraph come back or something like that. This called fast checking or maybe traps. Yeah, the leg is trapped on it. That's why bots are so important. It's not your fault. Good job not to stray too far apart. Protect your carry is very important. Aim. Good focus, correct focus. For you is correct. It's also correct for Survey. Because Survey only hits whoever comes. He can hit off. Something like that. Oh, Seraph can beat us. Push out. You can actually go for Baron, but go for Baron is better with this crews. But Series is super pusher, I would say. You can down tower very fast. But in most pro game case, Baron is more important. And you guys forgot about this tower. Look at the gold advantage. It's so far apart. Yes, let's say if you guys didn't capitalize the dragons, it will be very big difference, because you guys might have more hard time to stop Garen. Look at the damage, man. Delete, twisted at once. Try not to throw sapling. Somehow it slow down your movement. Yeah, the twisted advance is in team war first. You need to CC up as soon as possible so that you can protect your carry as and other stuff. Try not to throw a circling. It's funny in a sense. Like how you stop there and throw. And then while your opponent is like shooting down your teammate, if they are strong enough, you are down. You are down first. Your teammate might get low first before actually you twisted advance to them. You at the same time there might be die first before your twisted advance reach them. Yeah. And I guess that's all. It's a good game, I would say. So much I can see a lot of improvement. What I would say, try to look at the lane more frequently. You miss out like certain wall like on top when Garen and Riven are equally low, both equally low, and you're so near top, you can actually straight away look for the chance to top. Well, if Riven is good, he could easily bait out Garen. Like how Rengar actually tried to take off the opportunity at the early games, but it's just that luck doesn't go to his favor. His lane is too push compared to Riven. Yeah, I guess. Nothing much. I would say. Besides that, you might need to try to back off unless you need money. Just go back to base when you have manas. Item wise, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't talk about much. I'm not really a Maokai player. Among AP tank, I only play Amumu and Alistar and Nunu. I don't really play others AP tank. But even Amumu I also didn't play. But Alistar I would say is the best. I guess that's all. And goodbye.